This video contains information on survival bushcraft for educational and demonstration purposes only. Nothing in this video should be taken as a recommendation or endorsement of undertaking bushcraft survival activities or its suitability for any individual person or child. Participation in Outdoor Skills for Kids Proprietary Limited activities is outlined in the Terms of Service and Liability Waiver contained within the course information where you acknowledged, agreed and understood prior to and a prerequisite to participation in all Outdoor Skills for Kids Proprietary Limited activities.
Hi, my name is Ty and I'm from Outdoor Skills for Kids, and today we're going to follow on how to make a concealed fire for the purpose of cooking or water purification. And the method we're going to use today is to make a Swedish torch. By using a softwood log, we're going to create an area where there is enough fuel for the fire to burn, create a spark so that it can burn as well, but most importantly give it a chamber where the oxygen will flow through to fuel that particular fire. And what we're going to use to make our Swedish stove today is a softwood log, the pine log I have prepared over here, and we're going to draw a hole in the side, draw a hole in the top, and then we'll make our Swedish stove from that. The holes have been drilled into this pine log and we are ready to make our Swedish torch. So this hole over here will be where the oxygen feeds through, and the hole at the top is where the fire will burn. So if we take a look through that hole, you'll see the stick poking through the bottom, and that's exactly the path of where the oxygen, you can see my finger there, where the oxygen will feed our fire, and the outer perimeter of the wood in this log will burn and essentially fire up and shoot out a flame through the top on which we can cook. So we have our fuel, which is the wood. We'll have the oxygen feed the fire. I'll put the stick down there so you can see the stick going through the top. The oxygen will feed the fire and we'll create a spark or give it some heat to burn, because those are the three essential elements for fire to burn successfully. We've got the oxygen source, we got the fuel embedded within the log, and all we need to do is fire this thing up and get it ready to cook and burn. The next step is to get our kindling prepared so that we can make our fire. And in this case, I'm going to be using these dried out pine sticks that I'm going to turn into feather sticks, just so that I can take a spark more easily. So for that, I really want to make sure that I've got a good handle on my knife and that I'm safe and I'm secure in using it safely. And I'm just going to be drawing down tiny little shavings . And that will increase the surface area, allowing it to burn more easily and take a spark more easily. So there we have all these tiny little curls, which will take a spark really easily and ignite, and we can put that down into our Swedish stove to burn the rest of the fuel that's within the log. We have our Swedish stove burning nice and cleanly. We've got the oxygen intake through this bottom cylinder, where we can also feed some fuel through. So I'll just put that stick in there. And that will burn and send the flames all the way up through the center of the log to have that torch of a flame burning straight onto my canteen that is going to help purify the water that is in there, boil and purify it. So when it comes to the Swedish stove, we've got the fuel burning on either end of that hole, so the wood will burn around it, and it'll burn a little bit slower as we go along, but at the moment it is fired up and really burning quite nicely. So the water in my canteen is almost boiled. We want to get it to a rolling boil for at least 3 to 5 minutes for it to be purified. So cleanly filtered water, boiled and rolling a boil for 3 to 5 minutes. This is a good way to make a clean, efficient, hot burning fire